What's going on, dickheads? Welcome back to another video. Today, looking at the Glaxion Vandal. I did this recently. The cold Ignis, the ice Ignis. The really, really underappreciated beam weapon. Don't know what it is about Warframe, but I've seen so many people using the exact same weapons every fucking time. And the Glaxion Vandal is a weapon that I've not seen once. And for the power this thing has, I'm gonna assume it's because people didn't do the event and didn't get it. Obviously that's the only way we can get it so far. I don't think there's been another way to get it in the game yet. This was the Hostile Mergers, I believe the event was called. And I think it was once you got to like 4k points or score. This is the reward. Decent fucking reward as well. What a reward. So yeah. That's just how it is. As you can see, I feel like beam weapons were sort of given the short end of the stick with the stats changes. They don't seem to be near as good as they once was. I don't know what it is, but I can't deny that that is some serious fucking power. So. This build, I don't think has a riven in it. I don't believe it does. I do know some suggestions I'm going to put in. I know there's a mod on there I don't have. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When they don't have armor, or they have less of it, that's just getting over, isn't it? That's yummy. Yeah, it's so powerful. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's just I've not used a beam weapon in quite a while, to be fair. Just to be honest, I've been having fun using other weapons. Obviously, beams used to be my shit before the changes, and ever since the changes, obviously all the shotguns got better. I've been using a lot of the new Kuva weapons and things like that. Sort of keep forgetting to grab some energy. I want to say neglected. But you know, I've just sort of left these in the background. I'm not really bothered about them. Again, the Glaxion, the Ignis, these are the Quanta. Haven't built the I think it's called the Phage or the Badgie or something like that. The other beam weapon from the dojo. They're reliable. You know, you're gonna get out more than you're putting in, you know what I mean? They're reliable. You know you can take them anywhere and they're going to do the job. Which is good. That's what you want, so. Again, if these work well without buffers, when you use a buffing frame, yeah. Those of you that don't own any other frame, maybe Volben's your guy. So beams, they do this thing where they consume 2 ammo per shot. So as you see, if I pull it once, it's going to go down 99, but push it again, didn't consume a shot. So in theory, you have 200 shots. In theory. See, it doesn't say that. So in 100, you have to shoot 200 times to empty the mag, if that makes any sense. In case you didn't know that. Drop that growing power. Give me that fire rate buff. And eat my ammo completely. So yeah, beams and fire rates do work. Especially I love my build now. Look at that, 100%. I get double health. I love Wisp. She's so good. 311% power strength. Ew. Someone else I love. Mirage. 300% power strength. So I'm going to get 600% damage buff. Oh Mirage, you are fucking filthy. Yeah, and that is that. Look at the drain on this bad boy. Yum. We'll do one more just to, you know, really brag about these numbers. We've got 14 seconds. That's more than enough time to clear the entire map. That sure was difficult. So, beam weapons chain, I think it's between 4 enemies, but say it does 100% damage to the first, 75 to the second, and you know, the further away from the target you're hitting, the less damage it does. That's across the board. It's like that with all beams. So it does have a ribbon in it. Oh. Oh shit! I didn't know that. Bollocks. I have a Glaxion ribbon. Since when? Okay, well, the build we're running today then is a 5-former build. So we have Serration heavy caliber for damage, split chamber vigilante armaments for multi-shot, high voltage malignant force for corrosive, vital sense for crit damage, and then a Glaxion critican, 162% crit chance, 97.1% multi-shot. So I'll be honest, I had no fucking clue I had this. Alright then. I have some, I know what I'll put in place of what, so let me stop that from turning off. Primary, so we've got 25.2 accuracy, 36.8% crit chance, 4.4 times crit multiplier, 12 fire rate, magazine 100, although technically it's 200 because you're getting 2 shots out of 1, what do you call them, bullets, you know what I mean? So yeah, 3.5 multi-shot, noise of alarming, 1.8 second reload, 4 out of 5 ribbon disposition, so your ribbons are going to be pretty decent. I could re-roll that and get something else, but that is pretty decent. So in theory now I could drop vigilante armaments because I'd be getting the same amount of multi-shot, I'd get more multi-shot out of this, and then I'd put something like point strike or whatever in there. I'll get to what you could use in place of this in a second. 83.6% stats chance, the trigger of held, 124.7% cold, 149.6 corrosive. So the weapon has innate cold. It's really good. Is it as good as the Ignis? That was always the debate. It's really up to you. I prefer the Ignis. I've always preferred the Ignis. I prefer the Ignis over the Amprax, but I prefer it over the Quantum Vandal. I prefer it over all the beams. The Ignis is my favourite. One of my favourite weapons in the game. But there's no denying the power. Now, ignoring this ribbon, let's just pretend that's not there. What I would put in place of that would be point strike. See, I can't put it in now because I've got a ribbon. But something else you could do. Oh, I'm gonna yawn quick. You could drop vigilante armament, so you'd have point strike, vital sense, and then you could put in place of vigilante armament vital acceleration. So if I put my ribbon back on, pretend this is vigilante armaments, please, and I'll show you what it's like with just fire rate. Now obviously pure fire rate isn't always amazing, but because that's a dash, I can show you what it's like. Now, is it amazing? It's not incredible, no, but it's an option. You know, it's just taking that time to charge up. But once the corrosive starts proccing, you get those numbers. That's when it really shows. However, I personally don't like fire rate on beam weapons. I'm only showing you that because I can. If I could have it my way, I would be using point strike, vital sense, I'd drop vigilante armaments, and then I would use a certain mod called bladed rounds. 120% crit damage when aiming. So You're losing a bit of multi-shot, but you're getting 120% more crit damage. So you're already on a 4.4 times crit multi. That's nuts. So you're going to get 120%. I believe that's added on top. So yeah, it's going to take you a little bit longer to kill that first target probably, but once once you get that kill effect, it's all uphill from there, in my opinion. This is your option slot really. Combustion beam's good for lower level things. You could use that for the lower end of the star chart. That is really all you could use, to be honest. Hammer shot, really, if you wanted to. Like I said, I'd recommend you putting point strike and then bladed rounds in place of. I did not know I had a Riven. That has really thrown me off. That's how long it's been since I've used this. I didn't have that before. Let's see if I can pull up my old build quick. I know I'm unprepared. Deal with it. Because I know I did one 3 weeks ago. Is it actually that long? So I have a Riven back then as well. Yeah, so the build is the exact same. I did not know I had a Riven. That's fucking mad. So, yeah, I apologise for being a bit... You know, I don't... It's annoying when I have Riven builds. If it's a D polarity, it's fucked me over because I can't test things. Without formering this again and then formering it back to the way it was, it just makes it such a ball ache and a waste of former for me. I'm not going to former something just to revert it again, just to show you. You're going to have to take my word for it. Like I said, I've tried to provide you with an alternative. That's what I try and do when I use builds with Rivens in. Obviously, you're not all going to have this Riven. You're not all going to have Rivens, period. So, I do my best to try and provide you with alternatives. Unfortunately, in this case, I can't test them for you and show you, because that's what I like to do. I like to, as opposed to just saying, put that there and there you go, you're good to go. I'd like to show you so you can see, and then I don't get no one saying, well, you know, you said this and this and it sucks. Well, I can go, well, it fucking doesn't suck, mate, because I've just shown you. But in this case, I'm going to have to, because can't show you because it's a fucking D. So apologies. That's one thing that does make me feel a bit bad when I do weapon builds with Rivens in, because I don't want people taking that as a look at what I've got, look at the Riven I've got that you don't have. That's not how I want it to be. Really, I hope it comes off. I hope it doesn't come off like that. I really hope it doesn't, because that's not what the case is. But regardless, leave a like if you did enjoy. Leave a dislike if you didn't for whatever reason. That comment section is always open. Let me know. Do you like the Glaxion? Maybe this is your favourite beam. Did you get it in the event? Did you miss it in the event? Let us know. If you saw this and you're going to go out and try and get one, go for it. That'd be great. If you've got Rivens, let me know. If you don't, let me know that you don't have one, I suppose. You know, I always try and answer all my comments regardless, whatever they are. So yeah, please subscribe if you're new around here. Trying to reach 1,000 by the end of the year, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.